It's a guy, young Montu-Ra, and we're back, kids. What's up, my guys and goddesses? I appreciate everybody for tapping in. Again, make sure you follow me on my socials. I'm dropping a lot of music, song every single day, so make sure you tap in on my YouTube. All my socials, 369 is still popping. We got over 30K streams. We're looking to get to that 40 and above by the end of this week at least. And got a new track coming out, Overstand Me remix is dropping on 2/22, and make sure everybody tap in. That's going to be everywhere, all social networks and all digital streaming platforms. Shout out to everybody out there again. So we got this new moon here in Aquarius, and I want people to understand this is something that is going to take place in our kind of our community, that highly independent, wanting to be kind of around people and groups and situations like that. But also, this is going to be encouraging us to rethink our goals. So the peak of this energy, if you want to do any rituals or anything like that, depending on your time zone. So we have about 5:59 p.m. Eastern time, 2:59 p. Pacific time. UK time is 10:59 p. and 11:59 p.m. CEST time. So I want people to understand why this energy is encouraging us to rethink our goals and what we can actually bring to manifestation. What can we bring with our creativeness to help humanity in a sense? And that is why this is so important. And even in my own personal life, that's why I'm releasing music every day. I'm just recording home studio vibes now till we get things sorted out moving forward. We got some great news coming up I'm going to share soon. But we're just practicing and putting in the work and releasing new music. This is because we're trying to find our identity. We're trying to find what value do we bring to the world. And we talked a lot about that full moon in Leo. How are we living our life purpose? How are we expressing ourselves? And I believe this new moon is actually going to continue to give that momentum, continue to be our independent self, continue to be eccentric, continue to be idealistic as well on our approach of rethinking and re-strategizing and restructuring our life, our goals, our relationships, and things of that nature. But this new moon is going to be very heavy. I got so much to say, I'm trying to hurry up and say it, but this new moon is going to be heavy. This is where the magic is. We talked about going down on the underworld with the Pluto in opposition with the full moon of last month. So we're still tapping in back down to the underworld. We're still trying to find that goal. We're still searching for that magic from our inner being. So this is something that I want people to understand, is that we're not done with this transformation. Our transformation will be complete, I believe, when the new year starts for us. That we all know this is not the new year, and I want people to really understand we are still going through the phases right now as we speak. So I want that to be understood as we continue to know, like, this new moon is going to give us a major peek at what the next 20 years are going to be in store. This is going to be intense, but it's going to be impactful. It would also, this new moon energy is also going to square with the unpredictable Uranus. I told everybody, expect the unexpected when we're talking about this Uranus energy, giving up, making it uneasy sometimes. Maybe we feel excited sometimes. Maybe we get down at the same the next minute, but this is something that is going to help us to understand that anything can happen in a positive light. We can talk about negative, and negativity is everywhere, but we're talking about Uranus energy. I want to check my chart here real quick. Is that when we're talking about this Uranus energy, I want people to understand how I'm trying to pull up my chart. I can't even find it here. Let me see. There it is. So when we're talking about this Aquarius energy and the sun being there and the moon is there right now, we got Mercury there, we have Pluto there that we talked a lot about. So we have this energy is resonating with us right now. We're balanced finally. We talked a lot about not having any air signs. Remember, if you guys listen back to the previous episodes, we didn't have any air signs for months on end. Now we got 4 in there. We got some major signs, some major energy is helping us to really understand how we communicate, but also how do we think intellectually. Remember, Aquarius is actually, this is an air sign. So I want people to understand this is how we think, how we, what are our thoughts on how we actually get to express ourselves? How are we using our intellectual property to make a check off of it? In a sense, we can look at it from that point. We're gonna always talk about a bag, but I want people to understand how are we using this our intelligence to be able to have an impact on the world and on the people around us. And I do believe this is what this new moon is going to help us understand is if we don't know how, we're going to think how. If we know how but we don't have the exact plan, we're going to make another plan. Like, this is what this is about. It's about rethinking, but also not forgetting our goals. Don't give up on the goal. Let's just re-strategize if we need to. And now I'm just talking from my own personal experiences and just from just on a global scale. So I kind of want to talk a little bit about, what each sign might feel during this new moon. I'm not going to touch on it a lot because this can kind of go, we're all the signs. So it's just kind of hard for me to like break down like, okay, this is going to happen this. But depending on where your sun, moon, and your rising sign, this is kind of what I believe is going to kind of be the energy around. So when we're talking about this Aries energy and how that fire energy is coming, I got the bells on how this fire energy is coming and how we're going to be able to use this for our own good. As I look back at the chart, it's like we have the true north node with this Aries energy. We still have Chiron there. So this is something that the fire in us is helping us to kind of heal those old wounds that we've been going through. Heal those different situations that have come up. Even in my own personal life, is things have come up from the past, old habits I thought I was done with, different situations, my thinking, going back to what's normal, even if it is toxic, so to speak, or even if it is not the best for us. We're taking a step back to say, you know what, we got to pass all that shit. We got to dive deeper into our soul, deeper into the consciousness, deeper into the most highest energy. But I do think kind of the overall energy of this new moon, especially with the major signs, because we do have those 4 major signs in regards to Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, and Aquarius. I believe those are like are points of all the energy, all our elements, all of our like parts of us. Those are the major themes, I believe. And then I do believe the other signs are more so in regards to these different points, like Leo is the heart, you know what I'm saying, things like that. We starting to think about how we're using our heart in regards to how we're creating our life and what we're doing. So with Taurus, I believe this is going to be a major career breakthrough for this Taurus energy. This new moon is going to set the tone for your 10th house. Publicity, leadership, setting intentions on our goals and our life's work. So that is something I think the Taurus energy in us is going to be very happy that we're going to continue to have some form of success or breakthrough in our career, in our endeavor, in our business, and things like that. With this Leo energy, I do believe understanding how partnership really works and how we can evolve with this new moon. This is going to be tapped into that 7th house, that one-on-one relationships, activating a new start in partnerships, romantic, platonic, work-related. It kind of all depends, but at the same time, we might find that we've been overlooking different people and situations in our life that actually have been for us. And that goes to a different point, but it's like, sometimes we want people that don't want us. You know what I'm saying? I was told and I was taught, like, no, go with the people that like you. You know what I'm saying? We ain't chasing nobody. We're not chasing nothing. We're not looking for nobody. We don't care if you like us or not. You know what I'm saying? But if you like me, cool, I'm fucking with you. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of times we want people that don't want us or don't pay attention to us and all that type of weird shit. So that's something I think this Leo heart energy is going to help us as we continue to see the potential in our relationships, in our professional projects, and things like that. So I do believe that's going to be something that these pillars are going to help us to understand with this new moon. Scorpio is next, and this is going to be, some emotional. We always talk about emotional with Scorpio energy, but at the same time, it's a shift. That's that rebirth energy. We had a lot of that last year, and we're still processing all of that with the lunar eclipse that we had and things like that. So this new moon is taking place more so in our 4th house with the domestic affairs, personal matters, ancestral roots, and speaking of that, I just did an interview. It's coming out next week, I believe, and I was talking a lot about how tapping back into my own numerology, tapping back into my own essence, tapping back into my own lineage. And those are the things that we sometimes overlook, is because it's like, no, this is what we are on the surface, this is who we are, and that's just what it is. But I'm like, no, fuck that. I'm reading way too many books to find out there's way too many lies on this shit. I gotta find out what is my book. You know what I'm saying? What are my records? What are my Akashic records, in a sense? Where do I come from? You know what I mean? Versus trying to figure out somebody else's story and what everybody else is saying and who's writing the book. They taking books out of this book and retranslating into some whole other shit. And I tell everybody, do your own fucking research. I don't have the answers, but I'm telling you on my own personal experience. This is what I believe is going to shift us, especially when we're talking about the Scorpio energy with this new moon Aquarius, how this is going to impact us, pushing us to move forward and confronting our needs, in our home life and our family and our surrounding environment. And Aquarius is obviously going to have, a huge impact. If you like I said, if you have a rising sun, moon is in Aquarius, or you had a lot of Aquarius energy, you might have a stellium there or something like that. This is going to be us diving deep into the unlimited power that we have. Sometimes we get confused because we look outside and we see things on the internet or TV of fake power, and I realized that nothing is real in this world. Now we're trying to take our power back. And that is something that we're going into this new age as well. We're going to talk a lot about that moving forward. But, we have the sun there. We're going to have this new moon in Aquarius. Like I said, we got Pluto there. We got Mercury there. So we're gearing up for this revolution that we talked about. As Pluto spends the next 20 years transforming that 1st house energy of ourself. You know what I'm saying? So this is why this is major. This is why this is pivotal. This is why this is a 20-year stretch. This is why we're setting the intentions right now on this day at the peak times. Like I said, 5:59 p.m. Eastern time, 2:59 p. Pacific time, 10:59 p. UK time, and 11:59 p.m. CEST time. That is why we are setting these intentions. Because we know, and this is how we use this energy, because we know where these planets evolve. We know the revolution of technology is already here. You've seen Apple done already put that out. We've seen The Simpsons put that out 15 years ago, right? With the glasses and all that type of shit. So we know things is changing. We just don't want to believe it. And we're going to keep talking about this cryptocurrency shit. We're going to keep talking about how this revolution is going to take over humanity with robots and all this. This is that Pluto energy. This is the second part. Remember, if you listen to the last episode of the full moon in Leo in opposition of Pluto, we talked a lot about how this is just the second part. Pluto's going to go retrograde here again later on this year, and then it's going to be full force. So in 2025, we're going to have our bags packed, because we know we're going to be transformed by then. And I've been telling everybody this is like, we have to get on whatever stage we want to be on. We have to start whatever dream that we have, whatever situation that we want. We got to get on that path. And that's why I say I go back to me just dropping music this whole month every day, is because I realize it's like I got to stay on this path. If I drift off on some other path, it's like now we're just not using our gifts. Now we're not understanding our value and what we believe and what we hold is true. So that is something that I feel like this is the beginning. This is another pivotal point in not only ourselves, but in all humanity. And I want people to understand that. I appreciate everybody for tapping in. Much love to everybody. Make sure you go download, buy, stream 369. It's everywhere. We piped up on Spotify. You know what time it is. We got Over Stammy remix is dropping on 222. You know 222 is my number, man. I'm going to tell you all about me. And make sure you all tap in and set these daggone intentions. I'm going to set some intentions. I say, one of my author's books, Jan Spieler, has a book. It's New Moon Energy and How You Set Intentions. That's something you can get on Amazon or something like that. I like to set about 10 intentions every new moon. Definitely light your incense. Definitely, do your own ritual. Maybe take a bath or, just I'm outside right now. I wanted to record this outside just so I can get in the energy, get all the elements, so we can have this 2024 energy. It's going to be epic. It's the God Young Montu-Ra, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.